Hey guys, welcome back to Maverick Watch Reviews, and thanks for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning. It's like a tradition now. I see y'all every Sunday. I love it. I love doing this. I have a lot of fun. I love bringing y'all new watches. And let's go ahead and get started. All right, so today we have the gold Promaster diver from Citizen. This is model number BN0152-06E. This is a new colorway that came out about 6 months ago. As y'all know, they've actually put out, I think, 2 or 3 new colorways in the last year or so. They used to always be in just black and I think maybe blue. But this is one of my favorite watches ever. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the review, but let's go ahead and check this thing out. All right, guys, I got to get my Amazon plugin. You know how I do it. Let's go ahead and check everything out, but make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like this or any of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel. I do get a tiny, minuscule, absolutely just tiny commission if you buy from my Amazon store. So don't think I'm getting rich off these links by any means. It's a really, really small commission. But if you do buy from my Amazon store, I definitely do appreciate it. It helps out the channel. So thanks for doing that. Guys, normal Citizen watch box. Outer watch box is cardboard. Inner watch box is like a Pelican style case. You do get this one little piece of, it's like not really a manual and it's not really a warranty. It's just kind of telling you where to go. Basically what it does is it tells you to go online and do all your stuff online. So no big manuals anymore, no big warranty booklets. All the stuff is done online for Citizen right now. I guess they're trying to save the planet, and I definitely appreciate that. Hey, if you don't have to print a tree, why print a tree? Why use the paper, man? It's just not necessary anymore with all the digital stuff that we have in our world. So there you go. All right. All right. Take this thing out of the box. Man, these Pelican style cases have been around forever. Love them, love them, love them. I love these Pelican style cases. I love the scuba tank cases. Citizen's always really put out some really cool watch cases, man. You got the scuba tank, you got the Pelican, you got the big long scuba tank, like the big yellow one. Some of them come with like a gold scuba tank. Some come with silver, some come with red. Those are like the really, like the limited editions or special editions. But I love these cases, man. Again, not really waterproof, so don't think you can actually use this like when you go rafting or something and put your valuables in this thing. Don't do that. So here we go. Here's the watch. There you go. Now, gold is not my favorite color for a watch. I just think gold, for me personally, is just a little too blingy. Obviously, this isn't real gold. It's not even gold plated. It's just a gold color. But I've just never been a gold guy. But this one is tastefully done, as are all Citizen watches. Whenever they do something, even with like their special editions, like the stuff they do with Disney and Marvel, I think they tastefully do the watches. They don't go, they're not outlandish. They're not like, some of those Invicta licensed watches that are just absolutely hideous. I think Citizen really kind of tones it down. But does a fantastic job while doing that. You definitely know it's a licensed watch, but it's just not over the top and absolutely gaudy and goofy looking. So anyway, getting back to the gold color. Again, not my favorite color, but I would wear this. I would absolutely wear this. Probably because it has that big black IP-coated bezel, so you don't have a gold bezel as well. So that tones it down a little bit. Of course, you got a black strap. So it's a good-looking watch, man. Really good-looking watch. Now let me put this back here. What I'll do is I'll tell you all the 7 specs you need to know, and as usual, I'll put everything else down there in the description field for you. So let's go ahead and check this thing out here. It's a good looking watch. I just noticed the little chrome bezels around each index are also gold. I didn't notice that at first. All right, so you're looking at a 44mm stainless steel case. It's 11.5 millimeters thick. It's 50 millimeters lug to lug. Comes on a 20 millimeter polyurethane strap. Water resistance is 200 meters, which is 660 feet. It has a now tried and true E168 movement with about a 6-month power reserve. And you do get a mineral crystal with an AR coating. And again, check everything else down there in the description field. Like it's got a Signed-Screwdown crown. It does have a date. It doesn't have a day. It's a proprietary Citizen Loom. 60-click unidirectional bezel, and it weighs 94 grams. Of course, I just told you all that, so I guess you don't have to check the description if you don't want to. But anyway, check down there if you want to see everything. So again, a great looking watch. And again, these came out about 6 months ago. Is that right? Yeah, something like that, about 6 months ago. Now, there are multiple colors of these. And I'm not going to show them all on the screen for you, but the latest new color, obviously, is this one. And then they have the Kermit version over there on the left-hand side. These are the two, latest new colors. Good looking watch, man. I've never been really a green fan, but man, I don't know what it is about these Kermits that Citizen has put out recently, and Casio. I think what the last review I did was that Casio Kermit. That's a good looking watch too, man. I'm just not a big green fan or a gold fan, honestly, but they're good looking watches. So this has gone through quite a colorway revolution. Again, these used to be in just blue and black for years and years and years. And then they started putting out new colorways of these things. And let me find all the colorways. Hold on just one second. Here we go. All right, so you've got this one. You got the green, the Kermit that I just showed you. You've got the Captain America. You know what? I've got to do this right. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. All right, so here you go. Here's the Captain America. That's a JDM version watch. Those are a little more expensive, actually a lot more expensive. So there's the Captain America version. And again, here is another JDM version. This is the Citizen Iron Man version. Again, this is a collaboration with Marvel. These only came out in Japan, okay? So there are those. Now you also have a red version, just a red dial and a red bezel version. No collaboration, just a red dial and red bezel version. There's that one. And then you also have a green dial, green bezel version right there. Again, these aren't collaboration models. These aren't licensed models like from Marvel or Disney. These are just red and green colorways. And then, of course, you have the black version, which is the OG version, which has been out for, gosh, 6-7 years. And I actually made that my watch of the year. Actually, I didn't make that particular model. I'll show you my watch of the year here in a second. Here's the blue model. I like that one a lot. I don't have one of those. I need to get one of those. There's the blue model. Really good looking watch. And then here's my watch of the year for, I think, 2015 or 16. This is the one that comes on the stainless steel bracelet that has been discontinued for years. You might be able to pick them up somewhere, but, there are not any new versions of this anywhere out there. That's why I love mine so much. So there's that. And actually, let me show you the difference when you see it on a bracelet. There you go. So this is the one I got when they first came out, and it came on the really nice bracelet. I know I'm kind of, supposed to be reviewing this one, but here it is. Got a milled scissor clasp. You got the fancy case back with all the laser etching, Citizen Eco Drive. You get all that stuff. This new one doesn't have any of that. I mean, it tells you the basics, but it doesn't have the real fancy Citizen case back like these do. Man, I love this watch. Again, one of my favorite watches, probably top 3 in my collection. Not the most expensive by any means, but these watches are absolutely fantastic. So here's this one. We'll go over a little bit more of the dial in a second. Here's the case back. Again, real plain, simple. You got laser etching, but it doesn't have the big old Eco Drive logo. It's just very simple on the case back. I'm not quite sure why they did that. I don't know if it's a cost thing. I'm not quite sure why they don't have the fancy case back that they do have on the older ones on this one. Or maybe they just don't have the fancy case back on these particular colorways. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, so let's get back to this one. Let's put my baby over here. All right. So nice black dial. Again, you've got the gold chrome accents around each index. You still have the red pop of the minute hand. Of course, you got the hour hand. And as usual, the second hand hits each marker perfectly. As with all Citizens, you never have to worry about that. Their quality control is just, I think, superior to just about anybody out there. I've never had an issue with the Citizen. So anyway, so there is actually the second hand is gold too. Nice, like a little matte finish gold. There's your date window. Date windows in these, honestly, guys, are just garbage. They're really small. I mean, if you're in direct sunlight, you can see it. But if you have any sort of shadow like this one does, the date windows are really hard to see. So typical markers for this Promaster model. The bezel, again, IP coated black, 60 click, unidirectional. Excellent bezel action on this thing. Really, really nice. Wow. The bezels in these watches are fantastic. I mean, this is why this is one of my favorite watches of all time. It's not expensive, but you know, the quality is impeccable for what you're paying. So there is the bezel. You got your little luminous pip up here at 12 o'clock. Here's your gold case, little brushed case. There is your crown, signed and screwed down with some crown guards. Let's check out the crown action. These didn't used to have a pronounced crown pop, you know, years and years and years ago. But I don't know if Citizen listened to people. Maybe they listened to me. I mean, what are the odds? But I always complained that the crown pop was almost non-existent. Like when you unscrewed the crown, it didn't pop out. It just kind of like slowly kind of came out. I don't know how to explain it. But now it's got a definite crown pop. Push it in, screw it back in. You're good to go. Really, really love these watches. Polyurethane strap, not my favorite strap out there. I think Citizen has, you know, they've kind of missed the boat on these straps. They're not as soft as they could be. Seiko, I think, has better rubber straps, whether it be rubber or whatever, you know, material, not polyurethane, yeah, rubber and something else. They have better, softer straps, in my personal opinion, than Citizen does. But, I mean, it gets the job done. You got your buckle here. You got two keepers, two moving keepers. And if y'all have ever wondered what these little ribs are for, right here, these little ribs right there, that's actually to stretch over a wetsuit. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but that's what those are meant for. They're meant to stretch out just a little bit to maybe, you know, help fit over a wetsuit. So anyway, so here's the case back. Again, super plain. I wish they would put that nice, you know, big Citizen Eco Drive logo on this thing, but they just don't. So it's a real plain case back. But I mean, y'all are very familiar with these watches. I don't have to really go over much else. Not that there is much else to go over. These are simple, you know, watches with the E168 movement, 6-month power reserve. I mean, they are bulletproof. They're just fantastic watches for the money. They all range anywhere from about $225 on up to, again, for those Japanese limited edition Marvel versions, the Captain America and Iron Man, those are about $450, I believe, something like that. And those are really cool. I mean, the Captain America, especially with its Pepsi dial, not a true Pepsi dial, but the red between, I think, 12 and 20 is red. But it's a great looking watch. Anyway, so those are more expensive, but the rest of these you can get anywhere between, again, you know, $225, $300, something like that. And you need to have one of these in your collection. It's just a killer watch. Just like the Casio Duro. Obviously, the Duro is much less expensive, and this is solar powered and all that good stuff. But this and the Casio Duro, you've got to have both of these in your collection. I don't care what colorway you get. Just get one of them. You won't regret it. They're fantastic watches to have in any collection. So I'm trying to think of anything else I missed on this thing, guys. Let me go and try it on. I know how it's going to fit, because I know these straps. I've got these straps on a couple other. I've actually got these same straps on a couple automatics, Citizen automatic watches, like the Fugus and stuff. And they're kind of a pain in the butt to get on. All right, here we go. There you go. Man, that's good looking. Man, this gold might be changing my mind a little bit. I don't know. You know, I don't know if I like the gold better or the green. What do y'all think? Do you like the green or the gold? That's a good looking watch, man. I would probably maybe swap out the strap and put maybe a NATO or just a softer rubber strap with this thing. All right, let's go ahead and check out the Lume. Y'all know what the Lume is going to do. Again, not as good as Seiko's Lume-Bright. They have some sort of proprietary formula that Citizen uses. I don't know the name of it, but it's decent. I mean, it's decent Lume for sure. Let's go ahead and kill everything. Let's zap this thing. And just like in the last review, I need to change out my batteries here, my UV light. Might as well zap the other one while I'm at it. And I'll do a little comparison between the Lumes here. So there is the new one on the left. Here's the old one on the right. And let's see. God, they look identical. Yeah, they look identical to me. Yep, there you go. I think the one on the left's going a little bit brighter, possibly. just because maybe it's newer. And this watch is, again, 6 or 7 years old. So, all right, let's go ahead and cut everything back on and go ahead and finish up this review. I'd love to know y'all's opinion. And also, do y'all mind paying extra for different colorways? Like, again, the black version you could probably get for about $225. This one's around $60 more. Would you pay extra for a gold, version of anything, or a green version, or a red version? Is that something that you would do? I would really, really have to like the color. Probably the only one of these I would pay extra for is, well, I don't know, man. That's tough, because I know it's like $200 more. Is that Captain America? I love that watch. I think it's a fantastic looking watch. And you really have to look at it to tell that it's a licensed watch. Like, you can see the shield embossed on the dial. But $200 more, man, that's a hard pill to swallow. So I might just go ahead and stick with my OG version that I love, that I got, 6 or 7 years ago. But anyway, guys, if you want to get one of these, I'll make sure to put a link down in the description field for you for my Amazon channel. It's $280, and I'll go ahead and put that link again down there in the description field. And again, these vary anywhere from $225 to, again, $450 or something if you want that, if you want those JDM versions. So that's about it for this one. As always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. It really does help the channel. My views are starting to pick back up again because we finally gotten out of the holidays, which is nice. But like the first, January and February is a little dead, man. I don't know what's going on. I guess people aren't watching as much YouTube. But anyway, and guys, that is it for this one. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next review. Take care.